When it comes to Housing Connect, your household size isn't just some box that you check. It can literally make or break your application. That's why in this video, we're breaking down why household sizes are more important than you may think and how to make sure you're using them to take advantage in your housing search. So let's start with the big question. Why does Housing Connect even ask you how many people are in your household? Well, your household size actually determines three things: which apartments you're eligible for, what income brackets you fall under, and whether or not you even meet the listing's requirements. Looking into these further, you'll see that apartments do have a cap on how many people can live in a certain apartment size. This is true not only of Housing Connect listings, but for all apartments all throughout the city because of building requirements. Typically for housing lotteries, studios can accommodate up to 2 people, 1 bedrooms can accommodate up to 3 people, 2 beds can accommodate up to 5, and 3 bedrooms can accommodate up to 7 people. And the amount of people in your household does play a crucial role in what income bracket you fall into. For example, a household of 1 may have an easier time applying for a 30% AMI 1 bedroom than a family of 7 trying to qualify for a 30% AMI 3 bedroom. This is because the household of 1 may have 1 income source in the entire household, whereas the family of 7 may have multiple sources of income, which pulled together may qualify them for an apartment size above 30%. And because household sizes are so important, there are 2 big mistakes that people constantly make on their applications. The first one is listing people who don't actually live with you. The amount of times that I have seen applicants try to list friends, roommates, long distance cousins to try to boost their qualifications for an apartment is insane, because you have to actually prove that these people in fact live with you. And if you can't prove that, that's an easy way of getting rejected. The other mistake people make is not updating their Housing Connect profiles, which I talk about in multiple videos. Let's say you had a child, let's say you got married, and your profile still shows the wrong information. Well, that changes your household size. And guess what? The system uses your profile to determine your eligibility, not your application. So even if you do meet the income requirements, because you have old, outdated information on your household size, you're gonna get rejected. So pro tip, be sure to update your Housing Connect listing every 3 to 6 months to make sure everything is as up to date as possible, especially if you have any major life-changing events like having a child, getting married, or even getting a new job. Okay, so we touched on this earlier, but how does your household size actually affect what you're eligible for? Well, this is where frustration typically kicks in. See, you may find a listing that's perfect for you and then find out you're ineligible for it later on. And that's likely because of your household size, because each listing does have a minimum and maximum occupancy rule that we've already talked about. So if you don't meet the size requirement, you won't get in. And no, households of 1, you cannot get a 2-bedroom apartment no matter how much you want to get a home office. So now you know why household size actually matters in Housing Connect. But next up, we're going to talk about a concept that confuses even the most native New Yorkers, and that's rent controlled apartments versus rent stabilized apartments.